Watch them grow, perceive, devote. This is the seed, light the show. Watch them grow.
A long time no see, my Cancerian friend. Did you see the face that I just made? I really don't know because I don't know how the timing on this whole recording thing goes, but how you been, Cancer? You know what I'm saying? I missed your face. Hope you missed mine because here's my face. My name's Princess India, if you knew. If your family, welcome back, my friend. So somewhere around this area, I'm pretty sure it's here. That's my left. I don't really know what that would be for you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think, like, would that be your, I don't know. We're not going to get into specifics. So anywho, you're going to see me shuffling cards. We're saving time, all that good stuff. But we're going to go ahead and jump into you guys' overall energy for the month from my STARSEED Oracle, which is from the maker of the Work Your Light Oracle. So if you like that, you'll love this because I love it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you're supposed to love stuff that I love, but that's neither here nor there. The link will be in the description box below. Moving right along. So you guys have 3 cards that fell out for you guys for your overall energetic theme for the month, which will coincide with the general theme that we have for the month of June. And happy birthday to those June Cancerians out there. So the first card we have is Child of the Cosmos. And it says, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Then we have the Golden Children, my favorite kind, you know what I'm saying? And that says inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. I was going to make a narcissist joke there, but I just feel like that's wildly inappropriate. Moving right along, we have baby steps, and it says action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So Cancers, what this is saying to me, just generalized for the month of June, I feel that you guys are not necessarily at crossroads, but you're coming to the precipice of your life. It's needing to trust yourself, to believe in yourself, and to know that you guys are called to a higher calling, a higher state of being, because I feel for 2 different groups, it's different. For those of you who are like OGs on this path, it would more or less be saying that now is the time for you guys to step up and to step out and what it is that you feel called to do. For others of you that are fairly new initiates to the journey, it's more or less needing to trust what it is that you know and know that you are a conduit and a catalyst for the universe. So things that come to mind, things that you feel inclined to do, things that you feel led to do, they're not without significance, if you will. So whatever intuitive hit that you guys are getting, it's not just there just to be there. It wouldn't be coming up if it wasn't time for you guys to embrace that and confront it. Now, another thing I think is important here is with the Golden Child. This specifically is talking about you guys' inner child. So I feel up into this time that you guys may have been doing some inner child healing and confronting some wounds. Gemini kind of starting off the energy for the month of June, because I did them before you guys. What their theme for their reading was talking a lot about triggers and old wounds and the root of those wounds, if you will. So I feel something very similar for you guys. However, it's more or less that it's a need to trust yourself, trust your intuitive hits, to confront like the last residual energies of this and to more or less become more in tune with that inner child. Because I often say that with our inner children, everything it is that we're looking for in our life, we often look outside of ourselves because that's how we've been conditioned to look at things, like thinking that what it is that we're seeking or where our happiness lies is in the world at large, when in actuality, everything it is that we seek from other people and jobs and accolades and life situations, stuff and things, what we're really looking for exists within our inner child that we have locked away in a dark cage somewhere in our inner subconscious. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, so getting into you guys' cards, the first card that we have coming into the month of June from May is the 4 of Swords in the reverse. The theme for this month is the Fool. You guys' roadblock is the 9 of Cups, and the possibilities for the month is the 8 of Pentacles. Now, what I get with this, my wonderful Cancerian people, is that coming into the month of June from May, you guys are pretty burnt out. You guys may have isolated yourselves from people, friends, family, what have you, but it's kind of been being very, solo dolo and kind of processing things. It's trying to sort things out to try to make sense of what's been happening or what's going on or what it is that you're feeling, trying to figure out what it is, like what it means in so many words. But I feel with this, it's a level of agitation because, like I said, with Gemini, I believe that was in their extended, it's a paradoxical energy because we would think contradictory at first glance because it's almost like there's an inner unction that's saying, hurry up and slow down, if you will. So it's two conflicting energies. I say it's paradoxical because these are two polar opposites that exist and thus more or less support the existence of each other because they're, existing simultaneously. So what I feel for you guys is that there may be energy that was being put into a wrong direction. So it's more or less like whether it's the whole month of May, or for some of you, if it extends farther out than that, it could go as far back as April. It's more or less, it's been feeling like an uphill battle, if you will. So it's wanting to get out of a certain situation or to get out of one's life circumstance. And it's feeling this inner unction to do something, but not really sure what that something is. But I feel like you guys have invested a great deal in one particular direction, and it's not necessarily bearing the fruit that you expected or the fruit that you desired. And I feel coming into June, you guys are coming in like on the cusp of burnout. It's literally being completely tuckered out, tired out, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It's like you're kind of at your wit's end, if you will, but it's still having this inclination or this feeling or drive to be doing something, but still not sure on what that something is, right? Or it's putting time, energy, and effort into what's practical, right? So it's taking action externally on what seems to be the smart, wise thing to do, if you will. But with the Fool, which is very similar to the energy that I picked up in Gemini. So if you have that in your chart, you might want to watch that as well. But with the Fool, because there was a lot of themes of jumping off of a cliff, just saying, Fool's jumping off of a cliff. So just throwing that out there. But anyway, the theme for the month is more or less you guys having like a refresher in so many words. So this says to me that there's the potential for the energy that you guys are coming into the month with for this to be cleared. For those of you who are June Cancerians, I say, and that's like the latter end of June, but this is still really good because it's your solar return. And your solar return, I was saying with Gemini, speaking within the framework of numerology, it's ideal. You know what I mean? For new beginnings, it's almost like a second chance at a New Year's Eve and, New Year's Day, when you have those vibes of like new year, new me, and you kind of want to switch things up. Another thing I say that works is looking at in the bigger scheme of things, like for the energy for a calendar year, June is the 6th month of the year. So by nature, it's a transitional period because we're 2 quarters into the year already. So if you wanted to kind of switch something up, now would be the time to kind of look back at the last 6 months and assess, like in December, where did I feel I was going to be, by this time in 2020? And what have you accomplished? I think for everyone in the world, Corona was that good old, didn't see this coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, just straight out the blue. So that threw a lot of stuff off and changed a lot of people's living circumstances. But I feel now for you guys, it's more or less giving you an opportunity. If you don't like how things have kind of panned out up until now, it's giving you an opportunity to have a fresh, clean slate, new start. However, the thing that's extremely important is going into the direction of what it is that's fulfilling for you. Because I feel, especially with this 4 of Swords in the reverse and the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, that a lot of the reason why you guys are feeling like soul drained, if you will, it's because it was the thought or the concept of which is pretty practical. I mean, I can't even front on that because I can say, you know, as an earth sign, you know what I mean, and a Mars and Capricorn person, it's like I feel if there's a end goal and there's a plan, there's a strategy, it's kind of foolproof. You know what I mean? So it's like if you put all of your time, energy, and effort into something and there's a plan and an end goal, it's like, how could that really fail? You know what I mean? It may not be exactly what it is that you expected, but you're going to get something because you put effort into it. But I feel like for you guys, it's almost a similar kind of strategy, but the thought was really wanting to get out of whatever situation you guys were in. So it was the thought of going overdrive. So it's doing, you know, what would have behooved you to do at 20 to maybe 50% pushing it. And you guys like went 95% in that direction. Cause it's like, if I put in double effort, then it's like, I'll get out quicker. You know what I mean? So for whatever that is for you guys, but I feel like the roadblock for you guys and the 9 of Cups is a strange card to have in a roadblock. But I feel it's what this is saying is that the reason why you guys feel blocked is because with this Fool and the 9 of Cups, these are energies that you guys aren't or have not been operating in. But it's energies that you have the potential this month to operate in them. But it's going to require you to really take a chance. And looking at these two energies are not very indicative of chance taking. You know what I mean? It's more or less taking the tried and true path, what you know works. You know what I mean? Or a method that you've always used to fix problems. And it's like, it's always worked, but I feel that it's very antiquated because I say energetically speaking, and this deck literally would be a great example of that. It's like, I feel with the Work Your Light deck, at the energetic time frame that this deck was released, a lot of people resonated with that deck. A lot of people who fall under the umbrella of empaths and light workers and starseeds and things of the sort, right? Hyokas and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of people resonated with that because it was relevant for the times. But energetically looking at this deck, and I know that's a lot of weight to put on a deck here, but I'm just saying, I look at themes and synchronicities, people. Follow me. But anyway, but looking at the times of like when this deck came out and me getting it, and like looking through it, it's like, yo, this is legit all of the themes that I see coming in my own reading. So I feel that this is relevant for the times. So I say all of that to say that I feel that there's been a huge paradigm shift energetically in the collective. So a lot of stuff that we used to do, and I did say this in the Woke Book, product placement. I said this in the Woke Book about 2020. It's like, this year is a whole new playing field. The way that we've existed every year prior to this one, this is an entirely different thing. So a lot of ways that we're operating energetically are antiquated. A lot of stuff that used to work isn't working anymore. And I feel that the reason why Cancers may be feeling hella burnt out or kind of at your wit's end coming into June, it's because it's using an antiquated system, right? Now, the reason why this is important, because the possibilities of the month with the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse is that there's a chance that whatever it is you guys are working on, your work can be less than stellar work. And it's really because your heart isn't in it. And that's really what the whole general energy of this is saying to me. It's just that whatever it is that you guys are putting a lot of energy and effort into, the reason why it's burning you out is because it's not for you anymore. So it's still trying to keep something that isn't, in alignment with your highest good, if you will. And that's the reason why, like your heart center or your passion or your drive isn't really there for it, because it's not something that's for you. However, it's just like almost like a thought of thinking, this is like this because I'm not working hard enough. You know what I mean? So you put more effort in thinking that that's going to fix it. But in turn, it's just siphoning your energy out. You know what I mean? So that's something you really want to take into account. Another way that we could look at this is the thing that could be siphoning you guys' energy is perfectionism. That's another way that we could look at the 8 of Pentacles. So it's more or less making sure that something is master crafted and just right and everything is in each right little place. But everything that you put into something, it doesn't matter in which way, shape, form, or fashion. It could be something you're making with your hands, something that you're thinking about, doesn't matter. But it's just the fact that it's a lot of energy that's being invested into either the wrong thing, or it's focusing too much on tedious, like, intricacies that aren't really relevant, which is something that people who love me always call me out on. Like, the stuff that I will spend all of my time, like, perfecting, like if I'm designing something, it's like I'll be inching something like back and forth, you know what I mean? And fixating on, is this perfectly centered? And it's like, if it was or if it wasn't, the only person that would really notice is me, because it's literally like that much of a small little, you know, half of a centimeter type of thing, to where it really wouldn't be a big deal to someone else. But that's like where my perfectionism comes out. You know what I mean? So it could be something like that, or it could literally be something as mundane, if you think about it, like job wise. It could be working at a job that you just really don't like. You know what I mean? And it's thinking that I should be grateful for this job because this is a great opportunity and I'm not making the most of it. So the thought is like, okay, well, let me put more energy and effort into this, you know, to kind of like pull my weight or whatever. But it's siphoning your energy because you're not feeding into something that's life oriented. It's feeding into something that's death oriented, because it's not something that's reciprocating to you, if you will. So I feel the whole thing for Cancers this month is getting in tune with, or reacquainted with, what wish fulfillment looks like for you. What does hope look like for you? What's something that brings you joy? What's something that you're excited to be involved in, or something that you're excited, like a place you're excited to get up and go to work, you know, every day. You know what I mean? And it's taking those things into account and making the decision to take a leap of faith. And also, like this says, baby steps. It's not saying to just like throw caution to the wind and just jump off of the cliff, screw it all, like quit this job and jump off of the cliff. No, it's really more in an energetic sense of being ready to embrace something new. So it's flirting with the idea of newness and what that could potentially look like for you, clarifying what that is, and start making baby steps in the direction of what it is that you want ultimately. So that's a drop in the bucket towards your wish fulfillment, as opposed to more drops in the bucket of what it is that is sucking you dry emotionally and energetically. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, we are going to throw the dice of resonance and the dice that have no name at the same time. And I think it's funny that North Node fell out again. I think it was actually Cancer North Node that fell out for Gemini in the 4th house. You know what I'm saying? You can ask a yes or no question if you like. I forgot to say that for Gemini. I'm going to remind myself now. All right. So we have coworker boss, we have Virgo, we have Scorpio, we have yes in a few weeks, we have rising, and I already said coworker boss. So yes in a few weeks is the answer to your question. We have Virgo, we have Scorpio, we have coworker boss, and we have rising. And then we have the number 7. Wow, North Node came out again. Are you kidding? And we have Aquarius. That's interesting. Why did I do this again? I almost had an avalanche last time because I did this and I did it again. Okay, so let's see. For North Node, it says, dun, dun, dun. It says, you're now learning something new about your destiny, where you're going, what you're developing that will carry you forward, your legacy. And I really do feel that, Cancer. It's very similar to what I saw for my Gemini peoples. It's like I feel that you guys are at like a cusp, like it's a major shift in your life where it's kind of stepping over for an old way of being into a new one. But I feel what's needed is knowing that you are connected to the all, you're connected to the universe. You have something special inside of you that the world needs, that other people need, you know what I mean? And that you're being guided. So it's more or less stepping out of an old antiquated way of being into a new one. And with the number 7, you guys' major arcana for the month is the Chariot, which is a card that's all about triumph and victory and all those good things, you know what I'm saying? It's already yours, my friend. And it says, imagination, dreams, and openness to hidden realities. What's behind the veil? Good question. What is behind the veil, Cancer? That's something good to know. So that's pretty much just like you guys' little piece to keep in mind for the month. So that has been your reading, my wonderful Cancerians. I'm going over to Vimeo, my website, Patreon, YouTube, wherever it is that you watch my extendeds, because we're going a little deeper into the specifics of what this means for you guys this month. So if you're about that life, follow me over there. If not, you know I still love your freaking face. And I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces.